Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. How are you today? Today we are going to talk about something near and dear to my heart. And I want you guys to really understand the differences. And we're going to talk about courses versus programs, which one is right for you, whether you are a business owner or you are a consumer. So, hello, if you don't know me, my name is Lisa Balthaser, and I am a business coach. And I show coaches and service based business owners how to grow and scale their businesses online so that they have a repeatable process that creates recurring revenue and a sustainable business model. So, guys, I love this topic, and so many people think that these are pretty much the same, and they are not. They are not. So let's go over a few basics first. First and foremost, neither is better. Okay, so it really depends on, as a business owner or a consumer, what your goal is and what you want out of the course or program. So one is not better than the other necessarily, and they can both play in the same space. Okay, and I'm going to show you like exactly how that can happen. So um there is a time and a place for both courses and programs, depending on where you are in your business and what results you are looking for. So before I wanted to go into first the basic differences between programs and courses, and I wanted to start with programs. So the reason I wanted to start with programs, let me show you. That's what our topic is today, in case you're coming in late. Um, let's start with programs. And the reason I want to start with programs is because I want to show you some very, very basic differences between programs and courses. With programs, you are really looking at the bigger picture. It is a bigger, more encompassing program. So instead of one thing that you're looking at, so with a course, you're looking at the smaller portion. You're looking at one segment of a business and trying to solve the problem in that specific area. But with a program, it's more encompassing, and usually it creates massive growth, massive change, and it helps you reach your big goals. Okay. With courses, you get a little change and you focus on one area of your business. One problem is usually the solution of a course. Okay. So many people take courses with the idea that they're going to solve their problems, and what happens is they don't, and we're going to talk about why later. Okay, so for now, just know that programs are the big picture, massive change, massive growth, your big goals. Courses are focused on one solution to one problem, and it's usually a pretty specific thing in your business. They're a lot more focused on that one area. Another difference is, and I want to go through these so you guys understand. In the event, if you are a business owner, you want to be thinking in terms of, do I really have the time, money, effort to put into these things? And a program takes a whole lot more. So with a program, there is usually a large investment of time for both the instructor, course creator, program creator, coach, whatever it is, whatever the program is. There's usually a large time investment involved for you to keep that running. Okay. So you need to think about, like, how much do you want to put into it? Okay. And there's also usually a larger monetary investment. Okay. And the monetary investment is going to come from, you're going to have to, hey, Rita, how are you? Ah, thanks for clearing up programs and courses. Yeah, this is a really interesting topic because people get them confused. People get them. They think they're going to get one, but they're getting the other. So I wanted to do this video so you guys can understand the difference between the two. Um, a a program has a large time investment, a lot, and that's both for the instructor and the person who takes the program. Okay. So, for instance, I'm going to use myself as an example. I have a program that is called the Irresistible Entrepreneur, and it's a group coaching program. It is a 12-month investment in time. Okay. The reason programs take a larger investment of time is because you are looking to go from here to here. Okay. With a course, it's a smaller investment of time, and you're going from here maybe to here. So you're not getting the big picture results from a course, whereas you would be getting the all-encompassing big picture, major changes coming in from a program if you are putting the investment in of time and effort. If you're taking the program, if you're the instructor or the coach and you're creating the program, you will also be putting the time investment in, because one of the other differences is that programs usually have access to the instructor, coach, creator, whatever you want to call the person. So a course though usually is fairly automated, whereas a program you can only automate so much. Then you have the commitment, the personal commitment, the human to human connection, the hand holding that goes with it. So that's why programs usually create a larger growth spurt for people, because you have the instructor access. You have the person right there along with you the whole time you're in the program. Whereas a course, it's usually you buy it, it's automated, you get a login, you go there, you do the work, and you're like, what did I just do? So again, we're going to talk about that. So for the client, the investment in a program is usually a large monetary investment also, as opposed to a course. But that's because you get access to the instructor or coach, and they basically hold your hand through the whole thing. You get one-on-one time, you get access, and the more access you get, the higher the investment usually is, which is why one-on-one coaching programs usually are super expensive, because you get the time investment of that coach committed specifically to your business to move you from here to here. And that coach is usually right there with you in your business every step of the way. You can ask whatever questions you need, and that's a big investment for the coach. So you're paying for that big time investment for the coach to get the big changes that you need from the program. So with my, I'm going to give you an example of this. With my, in my group coaching program, the Irresistible Entrepreneur, there is a larger investment than some of my other programs, but there's also more of me. Okay, so in that program, you get Voxer access, for instance, so you can contact me anytime and get my opinion on something. You have emergency calls. Say that you need to put out a fire that happened. So all of those things take time away from the creator of the program from other things that they're doing. So that's why there's a larger investment, money investment for the program. Okay. And for time as a consumer, you will also need to put in the work. You're going to need to put in the time to get the results that are promised for the program. So let's talk a little bit about client and coach relationships, okay? In a program, or in a course for that matter, but mostly in programs, the coach and the client have specific responsibilities, okay? It is not the coach's responsibility to get you the results. It is your responsibility as a consumer to do the work to get the results. And it is also your responsibility as the consumer, if something isn't working for you, to bring that up to the coach so they can fulfill their end of it and help you get those results. Because if they don't know, there's no way for them to help you. So there has to be really good communication. Usually I like to see synergy like this, very, very close. Somebody that you really can relate to is perfect. Okay. So the last thing I wanted to talk about that is usually a pretty stark difference is with a program. Oh, and I forgot in the last section, with the investment and the access, coaches generally you don't have access to them for courses. Sometimes you do. Sometimes the way the course is created, you will have access to them. But generally speaking, courses are fairly automated, which is the next thing I wanted to talk about. So you can put a course together, you can put it on a website, and you can promote it. You can have a funnel going directly there. It can be pretty automated. And therefore, there's also no relationship that is built with the consumer as a business owner. Okay. So with a program, on the other hand, you have the coach or instructor access. So you have that one-to-one communication with that person. You develop a relationship that can last for years to come. And those relationships can be really important going forward also. That relationship, although they're a coach, they can also be a partner going forward. You don't know where that leads. So that's another aspect to it, because you don't really get to know the course creators in a lot of courses that are online, but you will get to know the instructor for a program. Another expense, I just wanted to mention this real quick before moving on to the next thing. Another expense for a program, and this is generally speaking, this is not all programs, and this is for the business owner who wants to create a program. Another expense can be hiring a team. Here's the thing with programs. Programs are a lot of work. So if you are a solopreneur and you want to create a program, you are going to have to be present probably every week for your people. They're going to have access to you. You're going to have to post in the Facebook group. You're going to have to maintain your other social media. So many times that creates a situation where it's overwhelmed and it's a lot for the program creator and the coach. So they will have to hire a team, which can be a big expense. So the expenses are hugely different, vastly different between programs and courses. Now, let's talk about the business model for both of those things. The business model for a program creates recurring revenue, and it's usually, as long as you have your marketing, your niching, and all of that down, all of those things have to be in place though. Your messaging, all of that has to be in place. But when you have all of that in place, a program can take you into the six figures and beyond very, very quickly. Very quickly. However, a course usually does not do that. As a matter of fact, it is rare to find people that have only done courses that have created six figures and beyond. There are people out there though. It can be done. It's just much harder because there's several reasons for that. Because with a course, it's a lower ticket item usually. with and it's not recurring. Okay, it's not recurring, so you always need to find new people for the course. For a program, a lot of times you have clients that are locked in for 6 months or 12 months at a time. My program, the Irresistible Entrepreneur, is for 12 months. And the reason it's 12 months is because to get big results, that doesn't happen overnight. So I have my program set at 12 months because in 12 months, you should be able to make some massive change in your business when you run through my program. Okay. But if I only had it for 3 months, you wouldn't see that change. Okay, so it's really important to understand the change that you create for people and how long that will actually take to get it. It's logical when you say that a program consists of several courses. Yes, we're going to get to that. Exactly, Rita, exactly. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, and this is from a business owner's point of view, is that programs are 15 times more profitable than courses. And it's because of all those things we just talked about. Courses, on the other hand, are 15 times more expensive to sell. Because remember, when you have a program, you might have 10 people and be making 100,000. When you have a course, you may need 1,000 people to get that same $100,000. So your marketing expenses go up significantly because you have to find so many multiples more people to sign up. Okay. So now I do want to talk about what Rita just mentioned, and that is one of the things that I wanted to talk about today. Both of a program and a course can coexist for any business owner. Okay. And how you do that is, and I'm in the process of creating some courses. I've never had courses ever. I've always had programs. So I am in the process of doing this myself. So with a course, like I said, it is that one little piece that you're solving. Okay. So you can have courses and pull one thing out. What I am probably going to do, I did a launch where I did a signature offer launch where you create a signature offer. Okay, so I am planning on pulling that out and putting that into a course. It was an awesome workshop, an awesome 5-day workshop. I have to say, it is very valuable. However, remember when I was saying about how, and this is what you need to think about when you sign up for a course or when you create a course. And it's mostly from the consumer is really at a disadvantage with the course. And here's why. Because, for instance, with my signature offer workshop that I plan on turning into a course, okay, if you do not have your niching down, if you do not know who your ideal client is, if you do not have your messaging down, you can create the most awesome course ever and it won't sell because you don't have those other pieces. So when you are looking to purchase a course as a business owner, you want to, business owners purchase courses all the time. So when you want to purchase a course, you need to make sure that you have the foundations down necessary for that course to actually give you the benefit that the course provides. Okay. So for somebody taking my signature offer course, if they don't have their niching down, if they don't have their messaging down, if they don't have all of that down, they're not going to be able to sell the course because when they put that course out to the world, their messaging is not going to be on target and they're not going to be able to sell the course. And that's one of the reasons why I feel that programs are really better, because they do create the massive change. They do give you all the little things that you need that you may not have for the course to actually get the results that you want it to get. Okay. Courses, however, can be fantastic. So for somebody that would have their marketing down, their niching down, their messaging down, if they took my signature offer course and they don't have a signature offer, they would walk away with a darn good signature offer that spoke directly to their ideal clients because they have the pieces in place that are needed. So those are some nuances that I wanted to bring up for you guys so you guys can understand, like, when you're consuming them, you need to think about what needs to be in place for this to work. And if you have that in place, by all means, take the course if that's that one thing that you want to learn, okay? But if you're looking for massive change, if you're looking for massive growth, if you're looking for that big win, a course is probably not going to do that, okay? It's going to help you with that one thing. It's going to get that one thing honed in for you, but it's not going to do that. So what I wanted you to think about is, some of those differences, the changes, how each of them can fit into your business model. So for instance, I'm going to give you another idea. Like I really teach like end-to-end building a business in my Irresistible Entrepreneur program. So you're really getting support through like niching, creating your program, creating your offer, all the way through hiring a team and handing some of those things off, getting processes and systems in place. So I could essentially create courses for little pieces, such as figuring out who your ideal client is. And I do have a lot of videos on that. Or such as figuring out when it's right to hire a team. Or such as how to effectively market using specific platforms, which I'm actually covering in Online Marketing Mastery right now, which has been really good, I might add. So, and that's a low-end program, but I'm actually giving a lot of high-end philosophies in there. And I'm in there because I want to provide that for people that say can't afford the high-end programs, because usually that's where you get it. You get the instructor feedback in there. So when you guys are creating programs or courses, I want you to think about who your ideal client is and what problem you're solving. If you are looking to solve the overall big picture. So for me, it's moving my clients from where they are now into six figures and beyond. But in order to do that, there's a lot of pieces that need to be in place. They need to have their niching down. They need to have their offer, and their offer has to be what their clients want. They have to have their marketing down. Maybe advertising comes into play. So there's a lot of pieces that go into having a successful business that's six figures and beyond. A course is probably not going to get you there. A course can help you though, if there's certain things that you need to improve upon. So for every business owner, there is a place for both programs and courses. But when you're creating them or consuming them, think about what needs to be in place before you get to that piece. When you're creating them, you may want to put a blurb in there that says, hey, if you don't have this in place, I suggest that you take this other course that I have first. Like, that's a way where you can get that referral. They really want the signature offer, for instance, but I'm letting them know, look, it's not going to work unless you have this piece in place. So I refer them to another program that helps them get that piece in place. So then they'll go through that, and then they'll go through that, and you get 2 course sales out of that. Okay. So that's a way that you can alleviate that for your potential customers. You do not, as a creator, okay, as a course creator, you don't want people not to walk away with the win. Okay, because that's what happens a lot of the time. And then people, you see comments online, I took so-and-so's course and it didn't do anything. And you hear people complain all the time. But what they're not understanding is that they didn't have the things in place. So to protect yourself as a business owner, you can put in there this is what needs to be in place before you will get results with this course. And you can refer them to another course that gets them to that place. And then the consumer will be happy. You want happy clients because that's repeat business, that's referrals for you. So if they go through the program and they don't have the things in place and they're not getting the results, they're going to complain about the program. That's negative PR. Negative PR. You don't want that. So it's best just to hit it, right up front and say, listen, this course is for you if you have all these things in place. If you don't have these things in place, I highly suggest that you go through this other course first and have that course ready. So that's really what I have for you today. Oh my gosh. It seems like it was a lot. I didn't really plan on this being a long video, but I really wanted to go into this and help you guys understand the difference for both you, the business owner, and being a consumer of the courses and programs also, because a lot of people don't really get programs. So programs are expensive for a reason. And whether it's a group coaching program or a one-on-one coaching program, you are getting a lot of the coach in what you do. The more of the coach you get, the more expensive it is. So the more hands-on you want, the more you're going to pay. But the bigger results you'll get if you do the work also. So I just want you guys to understand the differences, keep them in mind, understand that neither is necessarily better depending on where you are or what your consumer needs, okay? If they need just that one thing, your course may be like gold to them. But if they need like everything, then you're going to need a program that really moves them along through the process. So anyway, that is let me see what's going on over here. Way to go, explaining. Can pre-qualify clients for the right. Yes, read it. And that is the perfect way to, if you recognize that when you're creating something that, oh, look, this needs to be in place, you want to go, as the business owner, you want to go right ahead and create the previous course so you can get them to where they can take the course that they want. And then you get 2 sales. I mean, it really is a win-win if you think about it, but you really need to understand from both a business owner perspective and a consumer perspective what is necessary and what you get out of it. Okay, so I do want to let you guys know I have Online Marketing Mastery. I briefly mentioned it, and that is where we go through social media platforms, processes, and tools one at a time. We had a fantastic month this month. I just did the Q&A yesterday. We had a fantastic discussion on Facebook, what works, what doesn't. And this is overall marketing, guys. So this is high-end ideas that I am giving in this $47 a month program. So you could actually get in there for $47 a month. It has been fantastic. Next month, I have a poll up. It looks like we are going to work on stories next month, and that's stories across the board. We're going to talk about stories across the board. Stories can be a fantastic way to get into conversation with people, and you just have to know how to use them to get into those conversations. So we're going to go through that probably next month, unless people start voting for something else. We have 3 or 4 votes for stories already, and in there. So I am excited about the program, about Online Marketing Mastery, because it's just seeing some massive growth in there. And it's just exciting to see. I really want you guys to win at what you're doing online. I know it's become challenging, and that's why I created this program, because it has become challenging, but there's things that you can do. And that's what I want to help you with. So that is what I have for you today. If you found this helpful or useful, please share it, spread the word, tag somebody. I would greatly appreciate it. It's always nice to have people appreciate what you put out to the world. As you guys know, I'm trying to help you, educate you, and so that you can grow your business effectively and efficiently online. Okay. So that's what I have for you today. Check out the link here to Online Marketing Mastery. If you have any questions about that, message me. I am here. I will be happy to help you with any questions. And so you guys have a fantastic day. It has been fabulous. Thank you for joining today.